The following is a special holiday presentation. Happy New Year from ABC Sports.
We're at the corner of LaSalle and Poydras in New Orleans, Louisiana, inside the Superdome, as ABC Sports College Football presents the 1995 Nokia Sugar Bowl. It's the battle in the Big Easy between Virginia Tech and Texas, the champs of the Southwest Conference. And folks, down here in New Orleans, you don't need much of a reason to party. And the party is about to begin. They are ready to raise the roof here in the Superdome. Controversy has rocked this team. Meanwhile, Virginia Tech comes into the game riding a 9-game winning streak. But one of its players told me yesterday at practice that they feel like they have been slighted and, quote, it hacks us off and we're going to do something about it and prove something today, end quote. You know what, folks? Back in the 1983 Sugar Bowl, a player by the name of Todd Blackledge, maybe you remember him. Todd, let's start with Virginia Tech. When you talk about the Hokies, you look at a team whose signature starts with its defense.
Mark, they play great defense. They dominated the Big East Conference in every category. And take a look at how they ranked nationally. They were the #1 defense against the run, the #5 scoring defense, 10th overall, and 44 sacks. And it all starts with Cornell Brown, their All-American defensive end. People think that this is the best player on defense that Virginia Tech has had since Bruce Smith wore a Hokie uniform. Another inside force is a fifth-year senior by the name of J.C. Price, a very athletic guy with a motor that doesn't quit. And the middle linebacker, George Del Rico, 3-year starter and the leading tackler on the football team, a swarming Hokie defense.
And there's a look at head coach Frank Beamer, and here come the Hokies. Out of the hills of Southwest Virginia, the co-champions of the Big East Conference. '95 Nokia Sugar Bowl. Here we go. Adams at the 11. Looking for a seam on the left side, and Adams is brought down at the 36-yard line. The tackle made by Keon Carpenter. And there's a look at James Brown, the starting quarterback for the Longhorns. All year he has fought injuries, a shoulder injury and an ankle injury, but he is the healthiest now that he has ever been. Williams is the lone back on 3rd down and 5. They give it to him. There's a flag down at the 12-yard line, and that will not be a Texas first down. Myron Newsom made the stop for the Hokie defense.
You know what, they're going to be offsides again, and I think it's Cornell Brown who is lining up all they've allowed all season. Texas certainly knocking on the door now.
Look at that 8-man front for the Hokies. Brown into the end zone. Touchdown, Fitzgerald. Pat Fitzgerald puts the Horns on the board.
This is a good quick throw by James Brown. He feels the pressure, 3-step drop. Watch how quickly he gets rid of it. Before Cornell Brown can get there, he throws to his big tight end Fitzgerald. And for Fitzgerald, that's his 9th touchdown catch of the season. He leads the team in that category.
Bill Dawson now in for the extra point. He knocks it through, capping an 8-play.
He's a great football player, and as you mentioned, they can't afford to lose him in this ball game.
Dawson set to kick off from the 35. Antonio Banks staying on the goal line for the Hokies. 4 yards deep. Banks will take a knee. Oxendine now in the ball game. He's the deep back out of the eye. Play fake. The flanker screen to Brian Still. There's a flag down at the 25 as Still picks up a first down, and now another late flag at the 40-yard line. Still picked up 16. Tony Brackens pushed him out of bounds.
Well, the first penalty is going to be a holding penalty against Jay Haygood, number 71. The offensive left 4 yardage was against Texas, so this works out pretty well for Virginia Tech. They get some yardage, plus it's still first down. The penalty on Haygood was only a 5-yard penalty. The penalty for the late hit was a 15-yard penalty against Texas.
Nose of the ball now on the 28-yard line. Druckenmiller won the job outright in the spring, struggled in the first 2 games, and then turned it around a little bit in that Miami contest, a contest that was pivotal in the success of their season. The toss to Ken Oxendine. He's explosive. He's got speed. He put it on the ground. Who's got it? Texas says theirs. Still no signal, and they're still wrestling for the ball. And Brackens ripped it loose.
Take a look now. Oxendine looks like he has it pretty good, but Brackens, pursuing from the backside, is going to reach his arm up through his left arm, knocks it off the leg of Oxendine, and the ball is loose.
And the Horns have possession at the 31.
Take a look again. Oxendine, the younger of the two tailbacks, just didn't have that ball tucked away securely, and Tony Brackens, the impact player for Texas, makes the play.
Fairfield, Texas, learned his work ethic.
So that's good strength by the quarterback, Druckenmiller.
Druckenmiller, Todd, now 3 for 3 in this drive. Out of the shotgun again, 4 wide receivers. Has plenty of time. And it's picked off. Jason Reeves is still on his feet. Reeves brings it back to the 32-yard line.
You give Texas good field position, and you're able to shut them down and out of field goal range. That's good work, good pressure that time by Lawrence Lewis, number 56, and Cornell Brown. Both guys coming from the end position.
You are looking at Phil Dawson from 52 yards out. It would equal his career best.
He certainly has the leg to make it.
He hit him from 55 in practice. This one's good. Dawson nails it to give the Horns a 10-0 lead.
And this is a critical punting situation for the Longhorns.
Keep an eye out for number 83. Where is he? He doesn't emerge on this one. Schultes hangs it up high. Green at the 41-yard line. And here comes Brian Still. Brian Still is going to take this one to the house. Touchdown, Hokies. Vociferous fans from Blacksburg. Over 35,000 of them have made the trip from the campus nestled in the rolling hills of Southwest Virginia. The Hokies on the board with 7 points, courtesy of Brian Still.
Take a look at this now. The last 26 games, the defense for Virginia Tech and the special teams over the last 3 years has combined for that 16 touchdowns now. A great punt return by Brian Still. And a lot of times, if a team is going to try to block a punt, you tell the returner to go for a fair catch. When he saw that he wasn't going with the fair catch, you knew Virginia Tech was actually trying to set up the return. They wanted to get the ball to Brian Still, and he made it pay off for him.
What they have done under Mackovic when leading at halftime. Impressive? Yeah, I think so. 21-0-1. The score at halftime, Texas 10, Virginia Tech Hokies 7. Right now, we're going to check in with John Saunders in New York. Druckenmiller, complete. Still at the 2. A 27-yard pickup. That senior, Brian Still, full house backfield. Touchdown Hokies. Parker makes the call. For the first time in this ball game, 13-10, and Larson in for the extra point. Make that 14-10. In the Nokia Sugar Bowl, it's Marcus Parker giving the Hokies the lead. We'll be right back.
He's a very talented player. He's got the whole package, the size, the speed, the ability to cover, the ability to come up and make plays in the running game. He's a very versatile defender.
And he's coming on the blitz on this play, but Brown gets it away, and he's picked off. It's intercepted by William Yarborough, his 6th of the season, and that is tops on the team, and that James Brown does not feel good.
Throw, but the safety is going to come and make the tackle. It's good offensive read by the quarterback, but a good defensive play by the safety coming over to cover up for the blitzing corner and cause the incompletion.
Carter wants to become a surgeon. He did surgery that time on Holmes. 3rd down and 7 for the Hokies. Texas coming on a blitz. Druckenmiller has Still wide open. Touchdown Hokies.
Still showed you again why he's the big play guy. Flat out beat Tajee Allen on the post.
Larson in for the extra point. And the Blacksburg Posse lead 21-10. Boy, did he shake the defender Allen. 21-10 in the Nokia Sugar Bowl. We'll be right back. Davis in the slot. And he looks for Davis, and he's picked off by big play Torian Gray. And Gray sits down at the 33. Well, I told him that you better give me something if you wanted me to say big play, and he delivered right there. A pensive, concerned-looking John Mackovic, the head coach of Texas. It is second down and short. The clock running with 9:05 to play in the Nokia Sugar Bowl. A handoff to Oxendine. He put it on the ground, and Texas has the ball. But another look at that fumble by Ken Oxendine. Look at his right knee right there.
Let's take a look at it. Right there, his knee is clearly on the ground. That play should have been called dead. Right there, he popped back up instinctively, but it should not have been a fumble. That ball should still belong to Virginia Tech. It was kind of a bang-bang play because he popped up so quickly. The referee missed his knee on the ground.
And downstairs to Dean Blevins.
Guys, co-defensive coordinator Rod Sharpless in the offseason wanted to find something to symbolize the blue-collar work ethic of his defense. So he went out and found this old beat-up lunch pail, and in it during the preseason, he had each player write down his personal goals, and they came up with some team goals. And some people think this is hokey. The defense doesn't, and it's worked for them so far. They want to hope it works for them one more time.
All right, Dean, that thing is pretty beat up.
Good choice of words by Dean, too. Some people think it's hokey. I'm sure Virginia Tech thinks it's hokey. They love it.
Brown, incomplete. He was
the big touchdown, and they had to get good pressure, disciplined pressure on James Brown. 3 sacks, 7 hurries, and 3 interceptions they forced him into. I'd say they did everything they needed to do to put themselves in position to win.
Check, check, and check. 5:16 to play. Brown brought down at the 20-yard line. The 4th sack of the day for the Hokie gang. And it's a touchdown. It's ruled a touchdown. Jim Barron picks up the loose ball, runs it into the end zone, while everyone else hit the snooze bar. It appeared as if the ball were ruled dead, but it wasn't. Don't sleep on Mr. Barron.
Well, Cornell Brown is the guy who's going to get the sack and is going to knock the ball out. He's holding it loosely. Cornell Brown holds the ball, and now, right now, the ball is on the ground. And Jim Barron picks it up, and nobody touches him. I mean, it's a heads-up play by Jim Barron, and again, the Hokie defense scores points.
That one was one of the stranger plays that we've seen today.
Celebration. Penalty will be accepted on the kickoff. Touchdown, good.
Well, Frank Beamer is upset at Jim Barron because Jim Barron ran back into the end zone and kind of started a little dance, and that caused a lot of the fans, Texas fans, to throw some stuff out of the stands. Now, he's happy about the touchdown, but he's not happy about the penalty, and Jim Barron scooped it up and made a touchdown, but also created a penalty situation for his team. But at this point, I think Frank's got to lighten up a little bit and say, hey, big fella, way to be heads up and make the touchdown for us.
I don't want to think about taking a chill pill there. I mean, Barron, hey, that's what the French Quarter will do to you. These guys have been working that French Quarter in Bourbon Street early and often. And, hey, sometimes, Frank, got to let him do a little dance. 28-10 for the Hokies in the Nokia Sugar Bowl.
Easy play. Now watch Cornell Brown and Del Rico. They're going to get the tackle, and the ball's going to come out. Now right there's the football. Now watch it. Now you see it. Now you don't. Where's it at now? It's going to pop up right there, and Jim Barron is going to catch it on the fly. Nobody tackles him. Nobody marks him down. He's the only guy that had possession of the football, and he takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. I mean, that is one of the wilder plays that we've seen, and there's the lunch bucket, and they just keep on working.
Jim, I don't think you should be celebrating too much. Coach Beamer might find out about it again. They tack the yardage for the unsportsmanlike. How bad has it been for Texas in the second half offensively? A couple of punts, 3 interceptions, and a fumble.
That tells it all right there, folks. I mean, you cannot turn the football over that many times and expect to win a game. Virginia Tech turned it over twice in the first half, and they were down at the end of the first half. Texas has come back and turned it over 4 times in the second half. That's why they're down now with 3:40 left in the ball game.
Todd, it is 3rd down and 13. His numbers on the season.
You know, Ricky Bussell told me in our meetings that when he came back from South Carolina this year, the other coaches thought that Al Clark might be the starting quarterback, might be the best guy for the job. But he said Jim Druckenmiller just kind of took the job into his own hands in the spring. He won it outright and has really had a productive junior season. But Al Clark is a guy that's got a lot of talent, a lot of ability, and a bright future here. Redshirt freshman out of Washington, D.C.
So on the last day of 1995, the Virginia Tech Hokies will win their 10th consecutive game for the first time in school history. This in their 9th bowl appearance. They are now 7-0, Frank Beamer's crew is, on the road this year. Before They Were Stars is coming up next. The ABC Sports banner located behind the goalpost has been inserted in this telecast through electronic imaging. Amazing technology, isn't it? 15 seconds to play. The 62nd edition of the Nokia Sugar Bowl, a bowl that will go down to the books, dominated by Virginia Tech in the second half, especially the defense.
And I think a real signature win for that guy, Frank Beamer, and the Virginia Tech Hokies, because, you know, this is a great win for them and a great win for people to realize who Virginia Tech is. They're from the Big East Conference. They're not in the ACC, and they play a good brand of football.
And tomorrow, more good football in the CompUSA Florida Citrus Bowl. Ohio State takes on Tennessee, followed by the Rose Bowl, USC against Northwestern. Cody Whipple in the ball game now. Today's game, produced by Jim Ressler, directed by Norm Sammet, and a great job by all the people that you never get a chance to see on camera. The final score, 28-10, Virginia Tech over Texas.
Mark, we said it was the Virginia Tech defense against the Texas offense. Texas had 226 total yards, their lowest output of the season.
And that's the play that Frank Beamer didn't call today. For Dean Blevins and Todd Blackledge, I'm Mark Jones. The final score, 28-10, folks. It was all good in 95. All the best and Happy New Year in 96. See you later.